thatmovieguyUK.
One filmmaker that still intrigues me quite a lot is Michael Haneke. He's 75 years old and he's still making very interesting, intriguing art house films. Happy End is his latest film that premiered at Cannes Film Festival with unbelievably very mixed reviews this time round, and it has actually circulated quite well around Europe and it's actually been not too bad. A lot of people deem it as one of his worst films, but for me, well, we'll find out now, I guess. It's a very simple, brief synopsis. It's about an upper bourgeois family living in a mansion in Calais, very near to the jungle of the Calais border. So we have a social impact along with a current political impact, and it all clashes. Easy. It has a very stellar cast, obviously. Isabelle Huppert plays in it, Toby Jones, Jean-Louis Trintignant. Apologies if I mispronounce his name. He actually came out of retirement again for Haneke like he did in Amour. I personally enjoyed this film quite a lot. You actually have to connect the dots a lot more than your usual Haneke. You have to interpret what is actually going on a bit more. Obviously I don't want to really ruin this film for anyone, so I'm not really going to explain the plot holes and things, but I generally actually enjoyed having to think a lot more. Haneke really does use social media, you know, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, everything in this film to portray the solitude of humanity, really, and how we are really ignoring the people around us and just focusing on our cellular phones, laptops and everything. Well, probably you're watching this on a phone or a laptop right now and you're ignoring your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your auntie. So he's really portraying what the 21st century is really about at the moment and how we are really just ignoring situations. Obviously, with the background of the jungle in Calais, you don't really see much of it, but you see immigrants in the town and everything, so you see them in the backdrop. And then obviously it all culminates at the end, and it's a very impactful ending if you ask me. Obviously the idea of the social media as well is the concept of surveillance. You know, we're always being surveillance all the time. Probably I have my laptop open right now and, you know, my camera's open. Probably someone's watching me right now talking about this movie and they're like, oh, okay, we'll leave him alone for the time being, but we'll see what he's doing later. The opening shot and the closing shot were surveillance footage, and I actually really enjoyed that. They're obviously two different kinds of surveillance footage, but the first one is very gripping and a bit daunting because it involves the young protagonist of the film. The closing shot involves Jean-Louis in his wheelchair and the ocean. Yeah. You kind of get the assumption from the poster what is actually happening at the end, but there we are. As for the cast, I wouldn't say there's like any stellar performances. Isabelle Huppert obviously does a very good job as always. She is the matriarch of the family, very strong female leading role as always. She had a very interesting relationship with Toby Jones. It was, you know, it wasn't anything to kindle any fire for this film. It was just intriguing how a French woman and a British male are combined. Again, I would assume there's something Brexit-esque about it. Again, more political undertones in the film. The impact of what our leavers did. Thanks. And Jean-Louis does a very good job as always. He has dementia in the film, and yeah, it's decent. Fontine Hadouin, the young female, actually does a very good performance. She's very scary in some ways. She's so young, but at the same time, the things that she actually does to people is just what actually gripped me throughout the whole film. She's just a very tortured soul at such a young age, and it was a very good. I'm not too sure if it's a debut or anything like that, but she does a very good. She does a very good performance in this film. Again, Haneke talks about voyeurism, surveillance, inequality, political undertones. Everything about Haneke is in this movie, and that is what I generally do like. You should definitely check it out. It's on Curzon Home Cinema right now, and it is available in local selected cinemas. I know it's a bit of a limited run, but I have seen a couple of cities in the north even that playing it, including Manchester. My written review is below, www.thatmovieguy.co.uk. Anything else, if you want to talk to me, all my social media outputs are down there if you want to talk about anything. Grimsby Bear will be next, which I'm very excited to share with you guys, and Diolch, danke, obrigado, merci beaucoup. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. la 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 la.